About 3 months ago, I bit the bullet and bought a 4-inch Bessie Vise. It was like about $80 or $90 at Home Depot. Um, I wanted a nice bench vise, and I'd just been using a little 1.5 inch vise that I found in the trash. So I bought that vise, and then literally 2 days later, I came across this guy at an estate sale for $5, and I was like, well, on one hand, I already have two vices. I don't need another one, but also I can't pass up a deal like this. So I picked it up, and my plan was to just let this be an outdoor vice, not really put any time or effort into it, just leave it outside, use it when I needed it, um, and just kind of accept that it was going to die and rust out. But I had a change in mind, and I decided to clean it up, make it look nice, and hopefully help it last a little longer. Now, when I picked up this vise, I just kind of assumed that this handle was like welded in place in the middle because it wouldn't move. I figured that was just how it was made. Um, but after hammering it, I got it to move a little. Hammering wasn't very effective, so I brought it in to my Bessie vise, and that got her moving. Now, this little split washer is what keeps the screw from falling out of the vise. I had to take that off so that I could get to the, I don't know, this part of the vise that I'm filing now. And I just ran a file over any part that I could easily get to. Tried to scrape off as much rust and paint as I could. Underneath the main, like upper jaws, they almost look like serrated jaws. And those are for clamping pipes. They were awfully cast, so I cleaned them up. First, I deepened the groove with a hacksaw, and then I went in there with a triangle file to make them pointy. And this is what they look like. They're not perfect, but they're better than they were, and I'm sure they'll work. And before I spray paint it, I'm going to wipe it down with some turpentine. Just try to get rid of any oils that are left on there, and we should be good to go. And you'll notice I'm not taping anything off, I'm just spray painting everything. I figure I'll let that paint protect the metal for as long as it lasts. Like the jaws and the anvil, I'm sure that paint is going to get scraped off pretty quickly. When it does, I'll just let it be, let it rust. Once everything was painted, I greased up the metal on metal contact points. So pretty much just the base and the screw. And this was probably the hardest part of the whole project, getting that split washer back onto the screw. I couldn't get a grip with any pliers except for these fishing pliers. And once I could get a grip, I just wasn't strong enough to bend it. So I put a woodworking clamp on the back of that pair of pliers and cinched it shut. And to my surprise, it worked. Yep. That's how you fine tune these things. And you know what? We're going to call that good. And this thing works like a dream. It wasn't awful to begin with, but now it's better and hopefully it'll last longer. So I'm going to go ahead, break it in, scuff it up, and call it good.